What is the value that you bring to people? Too many of us are takers and complain they don't find enough quality people in their lives. I think most of us got to look inwards for why there's not a lot of quality people around us. I was inspired to make this episode because I believe that relationships are powerful and they're meant to be beneficial for both sides. And when they're not, that's when the issue arrives. Alpha! How y'all feeling today? Because I feel fucking phenomenal. When you build in relationships, remember, if they didn't give you opportunities in the front, I'm not talking about the people that with the relationships, but when you didn't get those opportunities in the beginning, just remember, you can always hand out a hand to the person behind you. My biggest thing is that when you make relationships, I don't know if y'all can see, but I kept this as like a prize. This is one of my clients. I did a promo with them for a little bit, for a little video. It's gonna come out soon, but I kept it because to me it's important. It's like to build relationships and to hold on to things that mean stuff to you. Like this is important to me. I'm not worried about making $1 million on the job. I'm worried about building relationships with people who want to build relationships with me. You gotta see the same thing in your life, no matter what it is. For me, it's video and photography. For you, it could be totally something different. This episode is all about relationships. Do you bring value to your relationships? And we're gonna go through a little step-by-step process to see whether or not you're a person that brings value or you a piece of shit, kind of. Number one, are you bringing value to your relationships? Value to your relationships as in like friends, business partners, family, etc. Are you someone that when people see you, they expect you to be asking for stuff? Or when they see you, they expect just really good energy and always a mutual relationship value? Are you providing something to your family, to your friends, to your business partners? Because if you're not, I'm afraid to tell you, you're a piece of shit. You most likely are a taker, and you most likely don't have quality people around you. I don't want to judge you, but just letting you know. If all you do is suck people of their resources, and you never return anything in value, then you a piece of shit, and you most likely don't have anybody of quality around you. Matter of fact, if the constant around you is always people leaving your life and not joining you, most likely it's because you're not a provider or you're not bringing mutual value to the relationship. You're just a taker and a piece of shit. On top of this, if you're not a man of your word, that's going to be another layer on top, right? So if you say, I'm going to do something, and then you don't do it and you never come through, then that also adds on top, because then you don't only not show up, but now you're just full of shit and you don't ever show up. Are you providing value to the relationships that you got? Because if you're not, then you a taker, and most likely you a piece of shit. The quickest way to find out if you a piece of shit and you just taking shit all the time and not having good relationships is if people don't like you. How to identify if you a piece of shit and you just a taker? When people consistently keep on leaving your life, another thing might be when you consistently need to have to always be right. I'm pretty sure you're not always right. I'm not always right. So maybe you need to look inward. When more and more people start leaving your life, then it's time to kind of look inward. Maybe you're the issue and it's not other people. AKA people stop fucking with you. When the constant really is that you always have to be right and you're proving people that they're wrong, maybe you're not. That's my point 3 right here. So if you want to bring value to the relationships that you have, you got to make it a point to support. And I don't mean come out because I'm like coming out to the bar and I'm like having a drink. That's not supporting. That's just fun. I mean, and when I have a project, and I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about our friends, our families, anyone that you want to say that you want to support, when you post their stuff for free, when you repost their stuff for free, when you always like their posts, when you go to their events, if you always are actively looking to give them support in some kind of form or fashion, that's where the value really comes into place. And then when you add that with money or networking, then you really enrich the relationship, because now when you bring money and both of you are making money and it's a mutual money making relationship, I don't know about you, but I love making money, and money makes everything better. So just make it a point to support no matter how you can, because when you full of shit and you talk a lot and you say I'm gonna show up and then you don't show up and then you don't repost and you just look fake. If there's anything that I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude Dro, I hate fake motherfuckers. I hate fake motherfuckers. I swear to God, I smack the fuck out of some fake ass motherfuckers. Oh my God. Don't even waste my time, please. Matter of fact, waste my time. I'll smack you in the motherfucking face. Well, calm down. The easiest thing to do for your friends, family, business partners is just to support. Honestly, the easiest, most cheapest, free thing that you could do is repost when you see your friend who's a musician posting stuff, post his stuff. Be like, I like his stuff. If you don't, then don't post it, obviously. But I'm saying if you like his stuff, help him out. Or her, whatever. But the whole point is that you got to be the change that you want to be. If you're not being the change, don't expect that shit to be changing. I always make sure I support anyone that I see grinding hard as shit all the time. If I see you grinding, I'm going to come out and support it somehow, form or fashion. As long as I know I can support or I see you doing your thing, I'm always going to throw out a hand. I think that's a big, mature thing to do, is making sure that we take care of the people that we love, and that the people that take care of us, we take care of them back as well. We all got talents. My talent be photos and video. So whenever I can, I try my best to be able to do that and give that to the people that I love so they can benefit the most. So I want the best for people, and in return, I hope they want the best for me. If you don't, then, fuck you. But my biggest thing is that you can't expect someone to put love and value into a relationship if the other person is not mutually doing that. The constant should just always be supporting each other. The group, the pack, no matter what it is. I don't care what you try to say. If you want the best, my circle's small, but I know whenever I show up, I'm going to give you 120% of me. And to some people that might not be anything at all, but to me it's like I'm giving you my time and my effort and my blood, sweat, and tears, and that to me is everything. I can't get my time back, right? Like, I can make money back, but I can't get my time back. That's one thing you can't get back. So whenever you give someone your time, I feel like that's the biggest sign of respect, the biggest sign of support, no matter how you want to dice it up. The motto, my motto, if you ain't helping me on the way up, don't expect a handout from the top down. On the real, for real. That's not bullshit for anything. Like, as bricklayers, we should know bricklaying is a hard task. So when someone shows up and says, let me help you put this brick down too, and we can do this a little bit faster and a little bit easier, I respect that. I'll do anything I can to make sure that they know I'm put my blood, sweat, and tears on the line for you. Whenever I can, I'm going to show for you. But the value and the effort got to be mutual. You can't pour into someone that's not pouring back into you. Let me repeat. If they're not pouring their love into you, don't pour their love into them. Fuck them. I know what I do is dope. I don't need no one to fucking reassure me on that shit. it's always good, and I love when people say, I love your shit. I'm like, all right, I fuck with you then too. But what I'm saying is, I don't need anyone to tell me that, like, if this video isn't good. I'm like, all right, cool, but I put out 120% in this bitch. So if you don't like it, then I love it. As I'm chopping down this jungle of success, and I'm going through this motherfucker with this machete, and it's hard. I'm chopping through by myself, sweaty as a bitch. I always make sure that I'm going to put out a hand to the motherfuckers that I see grinding behind me. Because the motherfuckers in front of me never gave me a hand out. I'm always make sure, yo, I see you back there. Take my hand. I'm bringing you back up here. I got you, dog. I got you. And that's what we should be doing for all of our friends, the people that we love, bringing the value to each other like that. I see too many motherfuckers trying to take advantage. That's cool. Don't ever try to take advantage of me because I fuck your ass up. But back to the story, right? I'm chopping down this shit. It's hard. I know it's hard. So when I see someone else doing the same fucking thing and they're going their own path the other way somewhere else, I'm like, yo, let me see if I can chop some of this down for you too. Because it's supposed to be mutual. I'm trying to bring value to everybody that I touch. And if you don't want to bring value to me, peace. I don't give a fuck. That's how you should be thinking the same way. Because it's the alpha way. And if you ain't got no time for me, I ain't got no time for you. Cut the motherfuckers out. Cut those motherfuckers out. Deuces. You gotta make sure that you set the tone. I make sure that all my relationships, I set the standard. That the value that I bring is gonna be amazing. So if you're not bringing amazing back to me, you can only wonder why I haven't returned a phone call, I guess. And that's what you should be thinking the same thing too. If you're not bringing the most value to the relationship, maybe you're not worth my time. Y'all gotta understand that we gotta build, nurture, put love into the relationships that are worth the time. If someone is putting that into you, you gotta put it back into them. It's only fair, it's respectful, it's the alpha way. You gotta take care of the people that take care of you. I'm gonna keep on repeating that. If you're not, you a piece of shit, you a taker. This whole episode is about understanding the value of mutual value. Like, this party and this party both can win at the same time. Two things can be true, right? I love Shannon Sharp because he introduced me to that phrase. Two things can be true, right? So I feel like people always think, look, well, this one person's got to win, this one person's got to lose. It's not like that. The value can be mutual. If it's for both parties to be valued going forward, I'm going to get what I'm going to get, and you going to get what you're going to get. And we both together, we get what we want, and together we moving and we're becoming a bigger force. You got to remember that. Like, if you want to build something wonderful, phenomenal, you got to be able to give something back to the universe that's worthwhile. Otherwise, what the fuck you doing? Unless you, I guess you want to be a selfish piece of shit, but when you building and nurturing your relationship, you might find that your circle of friends and business partners is very small. But those relationships are stronger in bond, right? It's like this, the opposite is true too. I could have 1,000 friends, 1,000 business partners, blah, 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 but they're not as strong, right? You got to make sure that the bond is strong. That way, when I lose, you losing too. When I win, you winning too. Then there's no imbalance of the relationship. You always want the best. That standard is always the 120% value. Like, nothing less. When you bring in value to the relationships and you finding other hungry motherfuckers, they're gonna be hungry to give you food back too, right? What's good for you is good for me. I want the motherfucker with the need to get that motherfucking shit going, right? If you had a whole team of 5 or 10 people like that, Mamba mentality type shit, right? Dog, you'd always win. There'd be because everyone wants to win. Like, there's no other option. That's why I love sports so much, especially football, because it's a whole team of dudes trying to do one thing, and it's a whole bunch of different personalities. It's very hard to win like that. But when you have one goal, one task, and everybody wants the best for everyone else, dog, it's unstoppable. You're like, bow, like a fucking force. Nothing stops you. Only yourselves. That's it. If they don't want the best for you, kick them to the fucking curb. I ain't got no time for no bitch ass motherfuckers. I ain't gotta try to value my shit. Peace. Don't forget that shit. My alphas, I'm trying to tell y'all. Set the tone. Be the standard. Be the change that you want. I always try to be the change I want. I'm always positive, and I'm always trying to bring positive value to the relationships that are bringing value back to me. If they are not, you already know. So what I'm trying to tell you is cherish, nurture, give love back. I know I'm always on here talking about attacking, going to war, but this episode is about the relationships that we have around us. If we don't cherish those, there's no point of being an alpha, because I want to build something great. And it's harder to build with love, and it's easy to destroy with hate. And I'm not about to do that shit. We here to change. And I want to be positive. I'm not trying to say we got to be the most positive role model, like, oh, I can't cuss and I can't smoke and I can't drink. Nah, dog. What I'm trying to say is, like, be the real motherfucker. When it's time to show up, it's time to show up. Be the fucking man. Be the fucking alpha. But if you're not, then get the fuck out my face. I don't got no time for this shit. Because it's time to go to war every fucking goddamn time. Every day, I'm in that mindset. How the fuck can I take over the motherfucking universe? And if you're not in that mindset, I ain't got time to talk to you. Why? Because you're not on the same kind of path I'm trying to go on. I don't got time for that dumbass shit. And if you listening to this episode or you watching my shit, it's because you in the same mindset. You want something greater. You want something better. It's not about fucking sitting here talking about I'm better than you. No, it's about making better for overall all of us. But I gotta feel like, there's gotta be some individual gains in there too. I don't want to be rapping for too long, but what I'm trying to say is, bring the fucking relationship values. Bring the love and make sure that you nurture the people that nurture you. Because otherwise, no one's going to want to fuck with you. It's the same thing like in life. Or actually, matter of fact, the same thing at like a potluck. When you show up to a potluck and you don't got no food, everyone look at you sideways. It's the same thing in life. When you show up and you don't bring shit, but you always want to take at the parties and all that stuff, people gonna always be like, I remember that shit. And this dude over here or this chick over here always coming and drinking and smoking, but they don't want to show up and bring nothing though. Don't invite them. This channel is all about changing your perspective. I can say a lot of shit. People think I'm whack. I don't give a fuck. But my whole thing is that you're going to check on me whenever time you want to check on me. And I'm always going to be a little bit further up, a little bit better. I'm going to be a little bit smarter, a little bit more richer. And then they're going to still be talking shit. And I'm going to be getting better off in my life, right? We're all here to do what we need to do, right? And I don't know exactly who you are. But what I know is if you got a dream, you got to do what you got to do. And you got to cherish the relationships that you got around you. Maybe for a while you got to do shit by yourself. But when you find someone just with the same tenacity trying to do the same fucking thing, you got to be like, yo, I'm tipping my hat off to you. We got to do this shit together. Or maybe at least be mutual. It's not always about fucking pounding down motherfuckers and being like, I'm the best, blah, 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 get out of my way. No, dog. I can be the best. Someone else can be the best. And we could work together. It's not always about fucking tearing motherfuckers down. Unless you want to tear me down, then you fucked. My alphas. I'm always going to leave you with something. Hopefully you get something good. Always stay hungry. Stay fucking hungry for this motherfucking shit. That way you ain't got to get ready. You already ready. Arrgh. Dog's barking, you know what I mean? Chill the fuck out a little bit, you know what I mean? So...